fun going to the All-Star break with?
Definitely. Playing that team, really good test for us, and that one feels really good.
You mentioned just it being a first-place team, and they're averaging over 4 goals a game, something like that, just to have the performance that you did against that team.
Yeah. The last few games we were talking about a good first period. Now we flipped it, I guess. But I thought overall a really good game. Battled hard, and I thought for the most part played the right way. And we go through the break with 2 big points, and that's huge for us.
Is there anything left to say about how Chris Kreider has performed on your line this season?
I mean, it's been awesome playing with him, obviously, and I feel like the pucks go in for him this year. I feel like he still does everything that he's been doing for the last 5-6 years I've been playing with him. So I'm just happy to see him get rewarded, and he's coming up with big goals for our team, and that's huge.
Mika, it seemed like your guys' battle level went up as the game got a little chippier. Maybe you guys got a little angrier. I don't know. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like we, against a team like that, really good offensive team. They scored a lot of goals, and we talked about not giving them time and space, and I thought that's what we started doing in the second. I thought just overall, I thought we played really well. D zone, neutral zone, offensive zone. I thought we did a really good job, and took advantage of the chances that we got, and again, 2 huge points for us.
Mika, it seems every time that you guys have been in a game where you kind of needed to make a statement, you lost a game or 2 in a row or what have you, you made the statement. So I'm wondering if it's, if there's a switch that you guys have, like a mental switch that you were able to flip that when you need to.
I wouldn't call it flip the switch by any means, or I think it's very rare do you have we're trying to get to a point where we play full 60 minutes. Obviously it was wasn't our best first period, but still a good team, and you're gonna have times during a game where the other team has momentum, and you just gotta ride it out and try to get the momentum back to your side. And I thought that's what we did today, and I feel like we up to this point I feel like we all understand what our level has to be at, how we have to play, and the compete level like we talk about I feel like every day, and when we're not really there, then it's it's talked about, and everyone knows that we have to raise our level, and I think we've been doing a pretty good job of that this first half, and just gonna keep getting better as the season goes on.
Coach was not happy about after the last game. Was there a message at yesterday's practice where he said whatever he might have said?
Again, I think we've come.
Kidding me?
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, me too.
All right, let's go. Come on. He can answer that question for us. Thank God. Thank God you're here. Welcome, Chris.
Skate fast enough on the penalty kill chance.
There you go. Question?
Just the question that I posed to Mika a minute ago, Chris, was that after the last game, coach was not happy at all with you guys' performance, and I'm wondering whether he said anything in particular yesterday at practice that maybe fired you guys up a little bit.
How can I answer that? I wasn't on the ice yesterday.
All right. As I was saying before we got in here, no, I think it's. I think at this stage, I think we know. Obviously, it was talked about, but I didn't think it was much to talk about. We knew we had to raise the level, raise the level of the competing and our effort, and I thought that's what we did today.
As you guys get more time with Lafreniere on a consistent basis, do you see him adapting to your game? Do you see him being more comfortable with you guys playing up?
But I see him learning the kind of, coming to understand the kind of player he needs to be effective at the NHL level.
What is that as you see it?
As I see it,
Yeah.
I mean, he's got unbelievable vision, great hands, high hockey IQ. I don't think he's confident enough in his shot. He's got a great shot. I think he's a very strong skater in terms of his edges. I think he's only going to get faster, and I mean, he's already very strong for a 20-year-old kid. I don't think he always trusts his strength, but I think the sky's the limit for him. I just think he's a young kid learning, who he is as a hockey player. So, I mean, it's so cool seeing him improve, week by week and day by day. So, I mean, he's going through the process, but it's just dramatic improvement, and it's really neat to see. And he's got such a great attitude about it. And all in all, he's just committed to winning and doing whatever he has to do to help the team win, which is, I think that's probably the most important thing.
Chris, the play Igor makes before your first goal, you acknowledge it right after that one. Describe the value of having a goalie who can have the wherewithal to start an offense as well as make the save.
Yeah, I mean, I love Henrik to death, but that was one thing he didn't want to do a lot of, and he probably would say it wasn't like his bread and butter necessarily. But that's just, Igor's just an outlier in terms of playing the puck. Having that element, I mean, I've never had that before. I think it's easier on the defenseman. It certainly helps in a situation like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, is that a Russian thing? Like, I don't know, it just might be an Igor thing. He's probably better passer and has better hands than I do, so it's it brings a ton of value, adds a ton of value to the team. We talk about it a lot. There's probably half dozen goalies in the league who, if you dump the puck in and it's not a smart dump, they're going to start the breakout for the other team, and you're just running around chasing it the whole night. And when he plays the puck like that, it's the same. Like, other teams have to keep the puck off him because he's just going to, if it's a kind of mindless rim to him, he's going to start the breakout. So yeah, it's I mean, we love it. So.
Chris, how important is it when you score on the power play like that, when they get a little chippy, you make them pay? How important was that when the power play was?
I think it's very important. I mean, obviously you want a physical response, but having a power play that can capitalize on them taking penalties and potentially taking the kind of penalties that they're trying to send a message that they're not going to be bullied. I mean, it backs them off. It makes them think twice about doing some of those things.
Guys, what did you think, either one of you, what did you think the message was starting Reeves up on the first shift with you guys? What was it meant to mean?
That's not a question. I don't think so. Turk is in here soon.
Okay.
Turk is going to be, coach is going to be in here soon.
Okay, well, okay.
I honestly don't.
Okay.
Guys, the third period, it looked like you didn't give them much. You guys looked like you were much, like as the game went on, it looked like you were more in control with each passing minute. Did you sense that you guys were getting better and picking up steam as the game went on? And I'm also curious about Strome's fight, if that fired you guys up or gave you extra juice in that last period.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we loved our start. I think we're giving a little too much time and space. We talked about how they were the best rush team in the league, and we gave them a bunch of rush chances. So I think we've seen whenever we have success, we're engaging physically. It's forcing us to move our feet and close, take time and space away. When we're chasing the puck and just reaching and poke checking, I don't think we're nearly as effective and not as nearly as difficult to play against. So I think we also talked about in between periods, willingness to get in on the forecheck on some of those dump-ins, those chips, and win pucks back. I mean, they did a really good job of that in the first. Not just skating to skate, but kind of dictating the play with our legs, not waiting for someone else to make the play before we skate, and ultimately getting on pucks and winning puck battles. I mean, he asked us to play a pretty simple brand of hockey. And I think we did a better job of that in the second and third. And we're a tough team to play against when we take time and space away.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thanks, guys.